Time now for your forewarned weather.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you had the chance to get outside today because it is finally feeling like spring out there. Really gorgeous conditions. Clear skies down in southern Utah. Our Black Desert Sky Cam from Ivans showing really nice conditions. And it's like that across the entire Beehive State. You don't see a speck of green because there is no precipitation to be seen from the north all the way to the south. Let's take a look outside the ABC4 studio. Really, really nice out there. You notice there are flowers on the trees. It's really pretty, but it doesn't make for pretty sinuses. It's time to bust out the tissues because now that that wet weather is gone, there's nothing clearing out that pollen. We're going to be in the moderate to high category in northern Utah until Tuesday, where we eventually reach the high. We're going to be high in southern and eastern Utah through the week as well. So make sure you bust out your allergy tablets before you go out to work because you're going to be sniffling just like I have been. All right, now let's take a look at the temperatures out there. We're in the 50s in the Northern Valley, 60s down south, 60 degrees from Milford, 61 in Cedar City. St. George currently sitting at 71 degrees, so we're pretty average across the state. Temperatures, of course, do continue to drop as the sun gets lower in the sky, 56 degrees by 8 o'clock just after sunset with clear skies. And then as we get into the early morning hours, we see those temperatures drop into the 40s. We could see upper 30s, but it's probably going to stop right around 40 degrees in Salt Lake City. Those clear skies holding all the way through the night and into tomorrow. Overnight lows, like I said, not going to be dropping into the 30s for Salt Lake, but we will see 30s across the state, 39 degrees in Cedar City. Beaver at 29 degrees and 43 degrees is going to be the overnight low in St. George tonight. So we have this high pressure in place that's keeping us clear, but it's going to slide on out. There's that cold front that we talked about just a few moments ago. It does bring a slight chance of some sprinkles Monday night into Tuesday morning, but it's mostly going to stay towards the northern portion of the state, Cache Valley, eastern Box Elder County, maybe even down towards Ogden as well. But it clears out fairly quickly Tuesday evening. Also looking at the chance of a couple showers, but these are mostly just going to be sprinkles. We're only going to get a trace if we do get those showers crossing over the border, and then it clears on out by Tuesday night, bringing more fantastic weather. Now let's take a step back and look at the big picture here. We have this high pressure in place. That's acting as a storm block, and that's why we have these nice conditions. It just gave this low pressure system behind me the boot, and then it's going to continue sliding on in, and temperatures are going to continue building into Monday. Southern Utah, the temperatures stay warm, but as this system passes us to the north, we're going to see a slight step back in temperatures up here in the north, just by a few degrees. The showers are going to stay mostly to the north of us, towards Montana, Idaho, and the Pacific Northwest. But again, we could get a couple of showers crossing the Idaho-Utah state line. But then high pressure builds back and those temperatures rebound, becoming even warmer for your Thursday and warmer still for Friday as that high pressure slides east and we get more of a southerly flow, dragging that warm air up to the north as well. Although we do have our eye on this system, that could bring more wet weather around this time next week, but it will definitely be bringing cooler temperatures, and we could take a bigger step back. We have our eye on a very active Pacific Ocean, and a lot of these could be moving our way into next week. It's still a little bit too far out to say for sure now, but it's something to keep in mind. Regional forecast shows that tomorrow we're going to be in the 70s for a lot of us, a few 60s as well. We're going to punch this in so that you can find your city. Northern Utah, the Wasatch Front's going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s, while the Wasatch Back's in the upper 50s to the 60s. Central Utah will be similar with temperatures in the upper 60s to 70s down I-15, 63 degrees for Nephi. And then southern Utah also looking at a mix of 60s and 70s, 79 degrees in St. George tomorrow. That is really warm, but it's only going to get warmer. We have mostly sunny skies down there in southern Utah, partly cloudy skies for your Tuesday, hitting the 80s on Tuesday, possibly even as early as tomorrow. And then, yeah, we hit the 90s. That was done on purpose. That is not a typo. 92 degrees is the high for Thursday. And we could hold on to the 90s all the way into Saturday, but it's looking like it's going to drop back into the 80s by next weekend. The Wasatch Front has a slight chance of wet weather on Tuesday, mostly in the northern portion with mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures taking that step back into the 60s, but it rebounds into the 70s and even the 80s by your Friday. We could hit 80s on Thursday as well. It's about a 60% chance is what the models are saying. So I'm a huge fan and I'm looking forward to that. But we could have a little bit of wet weather next week, dropping our temperatures back down.
Wow, I can't believe it. Just the fluctuation that we go through.
Spring in Utah, right? You gotta love Utah.
Yeah.
Makes my job so much fun.